along with a bit of tiny JavaScript. Don't worry, we're not include any hard stuff, not too hard, just a bit hard. So we're going to start with var. So this is basically in JavaScript because HTML does not know what to deal with variables. So the variable word for this is let and const. Uh, const, or if you want to, you can even use var. So there are three words. Const is a word type that you can't change, so you can't change it. Var and let are changing types, which means you can actually change them. Now let's use let as of now, since you originally supposed to stick to let. Now let, which is basically variable, we'll call it variable, but we have to write it as let. Cakes. Yep. Let's say it's your friend's birthday party, you need to get cakes. Now let's say you got two cakes for your friend's birthday party. You can do numbers or text, which text are called strings, which we'll get to in a minute. Now back to our HTML. We're going to create a button called hi. Okay. We're going to create a h1 element with no text inside. So basically, if you do this, you get a h1 element, but there is no text inside it, and you can't basically see. Now here is where something called JavaScript comes across. Now there are two ways to write JavaScript. Obviously, with the first way being making a head, in the head making a script type is equal to text slash JavaScript, then end it, and in that the document dot get element by ID. Okay. So the problem here is that our h1, which we need to be changing the text of, needs to have an ID. If it does not have an ID, we cannot use the document.getElement by ID. So we're going to give it an ID, which is head, because it's like that header, and then we go here, do this, single quotes or double quotes, anyone works. You can do any single one. And it's not like you have to use this one or this one in the whole document, but the first one and the second one should match. Like one pair should match. Like something like this is also okay. Now by ID, head. We're using head. Now even a single letter capitalized can't we do. So I'm going here. Now dot text content. Yep. We use dot text content is equal to. So here is where we're going to learn about strings. Strings use double quote or single quote. As always, I'm going. But for strings, I use double quote. Double quotes. After we have done the double quote, in the double quotes, we're going to write whatever you want. Hi, this is a website. Like this. So now our goal of today is to make a counter. So like let's say you're at your birthday party, which we're doing here. Your friend comes in. You count it as 1. Your other friend comes in 2. So we're going to keep on counting. When a person walks in, 1. So it's basically that. We're going to click a button, then it's going to happen. But this is our thing that we have to write. So we're going to have a little exercise before it. Guess what's happened? I'll give you a few seconds. If you guess what's happened and you said that the uh, text of this H1 tag that we made here is going to say to hide this website, then you're correct. But you're like, why is it not working? Because you can see an error in here. It says, uncaught type error cannot set properties of line selling text content. Sometimes it doesn't work. So we're here to try a few things. We're not giving up. Inner, maybe inner, we'll try inner text. Inner text. And if you want a little bit of clarity, you can also do this. There's no problem in that. But see, inner text is not working as well. So we have to reconsider this whole thing. We can do this boring stuff, or instead of doing all this pain, what we're going to do here is src is equal to 3s uh, dot js. Let's refer to our .js file over here. We're going to remove our script. You don't need any heads from now on, so you're free to remove that as well. Now if you go to our JavaScript, we're just going to erase let x is equal to 2 for now. Now what we're trying to do here is change it, right? So you can either copy it, or if you want to challenge yourself, you can write this whole thing down again. But the simpler method is just to copying. Okay, we're going to do this, then we're going to do this. We're going to get it from our head ID, of course. Then we're going to go dot text content is equal to, once again we're saying something like hi. Okay, this is going to be simple. It's going to be simple. Look, it works. Let's go. But wait, what? Why is it automatically setting it to high? Because you're going to do something called a function. Okay, we have learned about this. I'm just explaining it to you for a bit of a recap. So a function basically are the key to an on click in our HTML. So we're going to create a function. We're going to call it hi. Then we're going to create curly bracket. Then we're going to type what we want it to do, which in our case is a document.getElement by ID. Copy that, backspace that, paste that. We take that. We take this here.js. We backspace that because we're not going to be needing that. We're going to take here. We're going to do on click. Then we're going to do that. We're going to paste that. We're going to either write this down or you can just do it. Since we set it simple, you can write it down. That's why you have to always set it to simple. Now let's check if we just run. Hi. Okay, let's do it. Now that we're done with our practice, you have to write some code. It is the document.getElement by ID code. Now this code, you're going to have to try and make it so that when I click this button, it increases this count. Now, since you guys don't know that yet, I'm going to help you with it, okay? So, this is going to be very quick, so catch it. Let cake is equal to 5. Okay, wait. Let's just make it only name and try to increase it, okay? Cake plus 1 plus 1 console.log cake. Logging it, but look at this. It's saying undefined. Like, why is it saying undefined? It's because you didn't give your cake a number. Your cake is not a number. It's just cake. It's a word. You cannot. Last time I checked, I don't think you can add numbers to words and make a number. So I don't think we can do that. So what we're going to do is make it is equal to something like 1. Now when we run it, it's and click hi, it says 1, which makes sense. Now let's erase this. You might have got a hint from. I'm sure you might have found the solution. If not, feel free to watch this happen. Now, we don't need this code anymore, so you might as well go and erase this code. Now, the code in JavaScript is k let cake, which you guys know already, is equal to 0. Enter, enter, cake, uh, cake is equal to cake plus 1 console.log cake. Okay, then this, enter. Now in the first line I'll write function cake 1 because it can't be the same name. Okay, that was too long. I'm just going to backspace. I see. I'm just going to do that. Then I'm going to do that. Now, if we do this, but since you already wrote a code, we have to break the ending one, enter, and then place the ending one so that it's actually inside. Yeah, so like this. Then we have to go to HTML, create a button called H1 or anything. I'll I'll call it cake one. Okay, cake one. Then go on click is, e- is equal to cake one, and then do this. Should we try it? Let's run it and try it. Check cake, cake, cake. Now there's a problem here. Cake. This cake wrong here. What is the problem? What is it? He's saying something. So yeah, that's how you do it. Now this is a part of a cake counter, so we don't need to erase it. But there's a problem with us. This looks so plain. Let's try our CSS. Okay. So we're going to choose a random color palette. Uh, so okay, let's choose yellow this time. Okay. So my HTML, which is my whole page, which is the background of the whole thing. HTML will be background slash color colon yellow. Yellow is not that good, so let's try yellow green, and then end with a semicolon. And okay, now you're like, what's that white line there? Oh yeah, the white line counts as a body. So wherever items are like buttons, text, it creates a area called body to keep those buttons and text in. Now, if you do body, okay, then you do the same thing. Just copy paste it. Don't write it again. It's this. You can make this. You can make that happen. So basically, that line is also the same color as the background, and you can't distinguish it. So it's actually good. Now, if you want to decorate it, like the button, you can change the color. But I'm not here to change the color of the button. I'm here to change the padding of the button. Pad, not the padding. If you change text slash align to center first, then set the padding to center, then type align self to the center, and then this, it's supposed to go here. Let's check. Now it's not working. If it's not working, it's okay. There's no problem. But we're going to do the background color obviously. Wait, why did it suddenly change to gray? It's because it doesn't have a semicolon. Now when you add the semicolon, it's back to green. Uh, I'll just so yellow green as what you're supposed to do. It's okay. And yeah, so like you do this, and I just want to make the button look colorful as well. Now that you know that, If you want to, you can change the border. If you want to change the border, here's how. You can just spell border. Or, yeah, border. Yeah, here you go. Border. That none. I recommend none. I'll do it so that I actually just don't recommend one. Like if you do one none, it just looks like normal text. Or you could use this as like a prank against the friends. Like if you like guess which one's the text, then it's going to take the majors because you use the non. So good. It's cool actually. But we're going to skip that and now it looks way better. Cake one. So every time they're going to know that we got a new cake. Perfect. But what if your birthday party is over? That's exactly why I'm here. Let over over party. You can do over party. Like you can name it whatever you want. Is over over party is equal to true. Now everybody knows what's a true and false as that's a popular game. In JavaScript, true and false are to determine, and they're very useful if you're using an if. If over party is equal to true, okay, and don't set it to the default being true because then have you ever had a birthday party when you just start the birthday party and it's immediately over? No, that's not the case here. So we have the false, we have the false. Okay. If has a few rules to go by. The if over party is equal to true shall be kept inside the brackets, and also this should be there. Over party. Yeah, if I just that should do it. What is this? A singular invalid thought. Uh-huh. Yeah, there it is. Just like that. Okay. Now, function over party because we have to change it a bit. Uh, um, thing. And just like the trick we used for the if, because we already wrote the code, we're going to do this. We're going to get out. We're going to erase the last one. We're going to take this and we're going to do another one. So it's like this basically. Okay? If over party is equal to true, then what it will do is it's going to change cake to 0. It's going to set cake to 0. It's like the party is over, everybody ate the cake. It's no more cake left. It does that. Now we want it to be random. You can use the random number in brackets 1 comma until the random number you want, or you can do 1 comma cake. So you can do that. That is also a good way. And then you just console.log cake just to check if it's like over or actually not over. Then, an also important part, we have to head to the HTML, and then we have to create a button. Okay, that's like over party or the party party is over. The party is over. Okay, on click, on click, click. What we are going to do is equal to so over party, open and close parentheses, as we know we should do. Uh, we're going to make a few text changes, and yeah, so let's try that. Run. The party is over. Random number is not defined. Error. So we just don't want random number, and I want you to figure out how to properly use the random number. But now we're going to set it to 0. Cake, 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 cake. Wow, that's a lot of cakes. I got like 11 cakes. The party is over. I deleted random number. Sometimes that happens if you did not click run. So now it's 0. Kick, 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 kick. Now that's a lot. Now I click on part, the party is over, and it's 0. That's a success.